Well, hello YouTube. How are you folks doing today? Welcome to the shop. Come on in. Just getting ready to turn some mushrooms. Got a piece of cherry laurel. Grew up in East Texas up on the farm. And we're going to take that and make a mushroom out of it today. So come on in and watch what we have to do, and I'll share some images of a finished mushroom once we're done, okay? Thanks, guys. We're just going to round this top off up here. This will be the top of our mushroom, or the mushroom cap up on this end. And we want to make sure we leave plenty of room there to take that out, so that we've got room to knock that point off, or the hole where the live center point goes in. Let me give you guys a little better view straight down. That way you can kind of see exactly what I'm doing here. And again, we're just going to leave enough there on that top. There we go. Okay, now that we've established that, let's go ahead and come back here and we'll start wasting away some of this wood here. Let's see, I'm going to make it, we're going to make the base start right about here, so let's just go ahead and we'll waste some of this wood away real quick. Again, all we're doing at this point is just really getting rid of the excess wood. Let that mushroom start to take a little shape there. Let's come right in here. We're going to leave just a little bit of a ball type base on this mushroom stem. Go ahead and start taking that shape now. We can work the details of that as we go. Need to move this tool rest in just a little bit closer, and I don't want to move it in while I'm turning, because this is so out around. It will catch there. I believe we're safe there, and let's go ahead and kick it back on. Okay, so we're going to switch over to a spindle gouge here. And with the spindle gouge, I'm going to come in and just kind of hollow out that cap just a little bit. Getting a lot of vibration in that tool. It may not seem like it since I'm so close, but if you look, I've got about 2.5 inches of overhang on the 3/8 spindle gouge. That is a lot of metal hanging out there, folks. So be extra careful when you're doing that. We'll switch back to the 1/2 inch ball gouge and just let that slide right up in there. Again, we're just going to come in and peel that back. Let's take a look at where we're at right now. If we'll notice, this whole bark area is a little bit thick still. So we want to go ahead and narrow that on down. Also, I'm going to come in and scoop this out from a little further out. So let's go ahead and do that now. And that's no easy feat because you're turning wood then air there. And there's really no way to get your tool any closer up in there. Now let's walk it back here and take this bulb, just trim that in just a little bit. And we're just defining that just a little. Okay. So with that done, we're going to come back into this cap again, and we're going to come off the top of it just a little bit more. Okay, let's stop one more time, take another look at that. You start to see some different colors in the wood, the pith area and some showing up there. I still think this is just a little bit thick on the sides. So we're going to come in just a little bit more. And if you'll notice, I put just a wee bit of an ogee shape in there, and we're going to see if that's enough, and I think maybe just a little bit more, and it will give us a better looking mushroom. So here we go. And we'll start kind of wasting some of this away so we can get that down a little bit smaller there. Okay, let's stop it one more time, folks. Let you guys have a look at see what we've got. Now, if you'll look, see, because we put that ogee shape in there, we're getting a little bit thinner down here on the sides, closer to match where our outside edges are. I think we've picked up a little bit of a line there, so I'm going to smooth that curve out just a little bit. What do you folks think of that? I think we're starting to look a little bit better here. So what I'm going to do is establish a base now. We'll take the parting tool. We're going to come in, and we don't want a whole lot of base on these. And normally I will raise, and let me just switch cameras so you guys maybe can see that. I will raise the back of the parting tool up, slide in, and then as I start pushing in, I'll lower it as I start cutting, and then come right back down. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room there. Now you may ask yourself, why did I lower or raise the back end of the tool and lower the point there in the beginning? When you've got that bark on there like that, if you go straight into it, you'll tend to pull the bark off. If you raise it, the back end up, and kind of start off with a scrape, then you can raise that up and it will cut a lot smoother. Okay, so we've still got plenty of meat on that. We can take our tailstock away, go ahead and cut this off, do a little bit of sanding, and I'm going to pause the video for just a second and go through some sanding real quick so you guys don't have to sit there and watch the sanding. But just to run you through it real quick, I'll start with probably 120, then go to 240, 320, and that's probably about it. I may stop at 240, just depends on what it looks like. And so let's go ahead and pause just a second and let me go ahead and do that, and I will be right back with you folks. Well, that didn't take long. We got it sanded up. So let's take a look there. We're sanded to 320. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and take this off. Once we've got that taken off, I may hit it just real quick with a little piece of sandpaper. But I'm going to take it off with a skew so it'll be fairly smooth to begin with. And then we'll part it off and we'll have a mushroom. All we've got left is finishing. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Here we go. Okay, so we've got that separated. So now what we'll do is come in with the skew and we'll just Pull that back a little bit at a time so we don't get a lot of tear out there. Go ahead and give you guys a shot at the end of that so you can see exactly what I'm doing there. And we'll stop the lathe. And if you look real close, that's just as smooth as the rest of it. You can get such a great cut with a skew once you get comfortable using it that it's almost like it's sanded already. So take a good look at what we've got here. Give you a top view again. Again, look at the side of this. We're fairly even all the way around, even though this was by no means a round or perfectly round piece of limb. And again, we leave it a little heavy on the base so it'll set flat. So at this point, the only thing I've got left to do is part it off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the lathe speed on down. We'll take our parting tool, come in and just take a parting cut, and we're going to be going at a little bit of an angle. Give ourselves a little bit of room there. But we're going in at a little bit of an angle because we want that to be a little bit concave right there in the bottom. And by doing that, you have it to where it'll set flat. We go ahead and switch you back over to this camera. And it's that simple, folks. You end up with a mushroom. I told you I would show you some finished mushrooms, so let me do that real quick. And we'll put some right in here beside this one. There's one, and you can see the top of that is nowhere close to round. And sometimes when they're not exactly round, it gives you a little bit more interesting looking mushroom. So that one is closer to round, and then here's a larger one, just to give you a variation to look at. Folks, I've made these out of all kinds of different wood, so it's not like you have to have a specific type of tree or anything to make them out of. And the different colors tend to, different people like different colors, let's put it that way. And speaking of colors, you can go in and colorize these things and with dyes and tinting and just be as creative as you want to be. But I would challenge each one of you, try to find a limb and throw it on the lathe and make a mushroom. I'm sure that there's someone in your family or group of friends that would love to have one. And it's just that much more time for you on the lathe in our shops, and none of us get enough time, right? So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button if you like it. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. And please, leave me a comment. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. And with that, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy turning.